Yes, folks, it's Tales from the Jails with John G. Sutton. Listen, folks, I'm very sorry I've not been around. Been a week now or something. I've been writing my book, Volume 4 of HMP Manchester Prison Officer, by John G. Sutton. I know him well. He wears the same shoes as me. Seriously. You can get a link down below. Have a look at my books there. But Volume 4... I'm at over 50,000 words now, and I've been working assiduously at this, which is why I haven't been able to do Tales from the Jails. But I haven't disappeared, and I do hope that you will like, subscribe, and make comments down below. Insults, and I know that Larry's just waiting there to rip me a new one. Well, he's helped today. He sent me a little article from the Daily Mail about Pentonville Prison. And what do you think's happening in Pentonville Prison? What do you think's happening? Well, it's a lot of rubbish, isn't it? And what the government doing? They've got the answer to the problems with imprisonment. And do you know what their answer is, folks? Yeah, they're going to build more prisons. It's just bloody crazy. Anyway, Pentonville's under special measures now by order of Charlie Taylor, who is the Chief Inspector of Prisons. You see, what had happened at Pentonville over the last 12 months, they've had 3 mentally ill inmates on suicide watch, by the way, who killed themselves. Why and how did they do this? Well, according to the report in the Daily Mail today, the staff were asleep. Yeah, asleep on duty. Or they were reading books or just not paying attention, and they weren't able to keep a constant eye. They had to lift the flap up and view them through a plastic screen, the inmates, and which is hardly ideal, is it? Now, how do we manage to get all these mentally ill people in prison? There's a lot of them, I would say a good 20%. From my experience of working in the prisons, why are they there? We ain't got anywhere else to put them. They had this strange idea. It's not a strange idea. It's a very good idea if it works. It's called care in the community. People who would, 100 years ago, have been held in massive workhouse-style institutions are now cared for in the community and treated with medication. Or they're not, perhaps, because they don't take the medication, because there is no supervision. So what happens then? Well, people who are mentally ill will do strange things. And strange things include shoplifting, assaulting people, getting drunk and disorderly, taking drugs, you name it, stealing cars. And they end up in prison. And when they're in prison, because they're mentally ill, I mean, mental illness is not a joke, you know. People who are mentally ill haven't got the facility to reason what they're doing. They just do it. And they do it quite often so that it injures themselves. Hence, the people who are in places like Pentonville, if they are given freedom to do so, will injure themselves, sometimes so badly that they don't wake up in the morning, as they have found out at HMP Pentonville. As for the staff sleeping on duty, they've got the wrong staff, haven't they? Listen, let me tell you this. When I was in the army, you just might fall asleep on duty once. You ain't ever gonna do it twice, because if they catch you sleeping on duty, holy moly, you're in the glass house and you've got some big bastard screw. Well, it's a screw. It's a regimental police officer. I used to be one. Shouting at you, and you're jumping up and down on the spot. And you get 7 to 14 days in the glass house, and it's not easy. Double marching everywhere, running here and about. Shifting. We had the regiment I was at, one of the tasks I got the prisoners to do was we had a massive great mound of gravel at one side of the regiment. So what we did was we got a wheelbarrow They loaded it up with gravel, wheeled it to the other side of the regiment, about half a mile away, emptied it, ran back with the wheelbarrow, filled it up again until they'd moved all the gravel from one side of the regiment to the other. Then they stacked it up like a pyramid. We got the captain of the guard, or whoever it was, to inspect it, and then we moved it back again. It was pointless, terrible, hard labour, and it hurt, but they didn't want to come back. Believe me, if you did that to the prison officers who were falling asleep on duty and allowing these poor people to kill themselves, then, believe me, it wouldn't happen again. You see, the problem is, of course, you're not paying them enough. They're in central London. I mean, to rent a flat in central London, you're talking £1,500 to £2,000 a month. Now, you don't get paid that much. It just doesn't have that much. So even if you spend all your money that you earn from working at Pentonville, you won't have enough money to rent a flat. What is going on? They've got to move all these central, all the big city jails down, put them onto a remote island, and staff them on a 2-week rotating system. So staff go in there onto the island, they stay there for 2 weeks in what amounts to barracks, yeah, and then come off, and they have 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off, 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off, and it rotates, yeah. That way, you've got inmates who are properly supervised, because it would be a regimental style regime, and they are away from the city centres, and they're provided with accommodation. Okay, it's only barrack room style accommodation, but it's secure. People these days are saying about, the accommodation's not fit. It's not fit for human habitation. When I was 19, I was in the middle of the bloody Sahara Desert, in a tent, in 120 degrees of heat. Is that fit for human habitation? It didn't bloody kill me. It nearly did, but it didn't. Anyway, Tales from the Jails is back. I will try and do one on a regular basis, but I've got to finish this book. I've written 16 chapters so far, over 50,000 words. I've probably got another 30,000 words to write, so I shall be doing that. And in the meantime, here is a poem. Like and subscribe, comments down below, and I'll sound the song dinger before I torture you with my songs. This is by John Betjeman. This is a subaltern's love song. You wonder, what is a bloody subaltern? It's a one-pit wonder, folks. There we go. You know what a one-pit wonder is? Yeah? Jolly hockey sticks and all that bollocks. Chinless bastard wonders. Anyway, here we go. John Betjeman's A Subaltern's Love Song. Miss J unto Dun, Miss J unto Dun, furnished and burnished by Aldershot's son. What strenuous singles we played after tea, we in the tournament, you against me. Love 30, love 40. Oh, weakness of joy, the speed of a swallow, the grace of a boy. With carefulest carelessness gaily you won. I am weak from your loveliness, Joan Hunterdon. Miss Joan Hunterdon, Miss Joan Hunterdon, how mad I am, sad I am, glad that you won. The warm-handled racket is back in its press, but my shock-headed victor, she loves me no less. Her father's unanimous shines as we walk and swing past the summer house, buried in talk, and cool the veranda that welcomes us in to the 6 o'clock news, a lime juice and gin. The scent of the conifers, sound of the bath, the view from my bedroom of moss-dappled path. I struggled with double-end evening tie, for we dance at the golf club, my Victor and I. On the floor of her bedroom lie blazer and shorts, and the cream-coloured walls are betrothed with sports, and westering questioning settles the sun on your low-leaded window. Miss Joan Hunterdon. The hillman is waiting, the lights in the hall, the pictures of Egypt are bright on the wall. My sweet, I am standing beside the oak stair, and there on the landings, the light on your hair. By roads not adopted, by woodlanded ways, she drove to the club in the late summer haze, into 9 and Loch Camberley, heavy with bells, and mushroomy pine-woody evergreen smells. Miss Joan Hunterdon, Miss Joan Hunterdon, I can hear from the car park the dance has begun. O Surrey twilight, importunate band, O strongly adorable tennis girl's hand. Around us are rovers and Austins afar, above us the intimate roof of the car, and here on my right the girl of my choice, with the tilt of her nose, and the chime of her voice, and the scent of her wrap, and the words never said, and the ominous dancing ahead. We sat in the car park till 20 to 1, and now I'm engaged to Miss Joan Hunterdon. There you are. John Betjeman, A Subaltern's Love Song. And yes, folks, I gave it an extra ding there. Larry's going a bit deaf, you know. He might be a bit daft, I don't know, I don't think so. I've lost my screaming goat, it's somewhere under the table. I'll find it, you know. And now, you guessed it, that song dinger means that you're going to get a sing-song. Well, it's not much of a sing-song. This is originally by Johnny Ray. It's Cry by Johnny Ray. And by the time I've finished, I expect that a lot of you will be crying. If your sweetheart sends a letter of goodbye, it's no secret you'll feel better if you cry. When waking from a bad dream, don't you sometimes think it's real? But it's only false emotions that you feel. If your heartaches seem to hang around too long, and your blues keep getting bluer with each song, remember, sunshine can be found behind a cloudy sky. So let your head down, go on and cry. If your heartaches seem to hang around too long, and your blues keep getting bluer with each song, well, now remember, sunshine can be found behind a cloudy sky. So let your head down, go right on, baby, and cry. There you go. I tried to give it a bit of Johnny Ray, as you probably saw. It was rubbish, wasn't it? Tales from the Jails, folks. Like and subscribe. And welcome back to watching. Bye.